Alright, here we go. This is before I started videoing. This is my Dodge Ram Cummins about a year ago. My first mod I got, or I did on it, is when I got home. 50 minutes later, there's a silencer ring. I removed the silencer ring. And there it is removed, and you'll see that you have the silencer ring and the snap ring that keeps it in there. There you go. There you have it. Next mod I did was a big honking ass air filter, they call it. Big honking air filter. I put that on there. It was 60 bucks. There you go. It's on there. Makes a big difference. You really hear the turbo really whistle. There's the EGT gauge I drilled in while the engine was running, so the chips don't go through. There's the boost fitting. You just take off an NPT fitting. There is the gauge pod that I put. I also made myself a manual boost controller, as you can see, with some stuff from a hardware store, and the spring ball bearing is from a wheel bearing from a Subaru. There it is finished. This is where I installed it. When I put it on there, I set it at 30 psi. There, and there's my problem. I had a rip in the actual diaphragm for the wastegate actuator, so there it is removed. So I put the cap back on. There it is torn. I put the cap back on, welded it up, so the wastegate's closed. But the manual boost. There's my fuel plate that I removed. I installed it again. I just pushed it forward because I destroyed the head gasket. There's the engine coming out. Head gasket blew. There it is out, Brutus. Big brute. Big engine, man. It's huge. There's the backside. Took pictures. I should have videoed, but this is before my videoing days. There's the P7100 on your left. And the big engine there. There, the top view with the grid heaters exposed. And then you'll see the grid heaters there. You got two of them, two in a row. And the two of them go on at a colder temperature. One will go on at a certain temperature. There's the turbo backside. You can see the wastegate chamber on the left. There it is there, the wastegate chamber. When the wastegate opens, the exhaust comes through there. There's the torque converter. I don't know if it's stock, but it sure looks like it. It's holding up good. It must have been changed. Had to be. You can see the rocker arms. The valve covers are off here. And again, there's another angle there. That's what I did. That's why I did another angle here. I took a lot of pictures. I take a lot of pictures. I put them in the forum so people can see them. There's the front end with the fan removed, because I'm going to take the cover off to address the killer dowel pin. Push rods are out. Used a piece of wood, drilled some holes in them, and numbered it, as you can see. There's the top view with the head off. You can see it was pretty bad. One of the pistons there to show you what the piston looks like. Here is the one of the cylinders, 292,000 miles, 470,000 kilometers. Still the cross hatching. Here's the head. That thing weighs 250 pounds, just the head itself. There's the injector with the holes on the side. You can see them there. Took a macro of that. Show you guys this here. There's the head with the valves. Pretty much. There's the front cover off. I'm addressing the valve, the killer dowel pin there. There's the difference between a Subaru block and a Cummins block. That's half a block for the Subaru. There's the dowel pin. It was coming out. I pushed it back in with a drift. And there you go. I addressed it with a piece of aluminum I made myself. Pretty easy. You can make it yourself. It's not hard. There's the Cummins head gasket. Then I was getting oil in my coolant. As you can see, I thought it was my oil cooler. The people on the forum saying, "Oh, check your oil cooler. It's probably leaking." Blah blah blah. That looks like the 3 Mile Isle towers, eh? There's the fitting there. Not the fitting, but the housing for the filter. You can see the chambers in there. There's the cooler itself, the backside, where the oil comes through. There's the cooler. The coolant goes through there. I mean the oil, sorry, goes through there. Yeah, and it gets cooled off in the oil and vice versa. And then there's a plate I made with my milling machine to test the actual cooler. You can see the O-ring chamber. I made some counterbores for the O-rings. And there you go. I have it all bolted up. 80 psi pressure using my compressor. I dumped it in the boiling water. I boiled water on the barbecue and I dumped it in there, and wasn't leaking, so I put everything back together. And sure enough, I took the head off and the second time, and you'll see in a second here that it is the head gasket. You can see the second one from the left. You see a tear in the head gasket, and you can see on the left, you can see where the oil was mixing in, or see the coolant was mixing in with the oil. And that's the underside, and you can see I think that's number 6 and number 5. Yep, number 6 and number 5. You can see there's a burn mark there. I don't know what's going on there. There you go, you have it. On the left there, you can see that's where the coolant comes out, and the P-shaped thing, that's where the oil is. It goes back into the lower end of the block. Here's the pedestal. Shows you where the oil comes up the bolt through that channel and up through to the lifters. And when you have a wrecked head gasket, you'll hear the lifters because the oil pressure drops. That's why you hear the lifters clicking and clacking. So there you have it. That's how it is. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.